Hey guys, what's up? It's the Merc here from Poolshed Games, and this is going to be a What's in the Box, but instead of a What's in the Box, it's going to be a What Was in the Bag. Now, why is it a bag instead of a box? Because I recently finally decided to purchase a paint set. Because for the longest time, I would go out and I would buy 1 or 2 pots of paint, and I would use those, and then I wouldn't remember what they were, or I wouldn't have all the paints I wanted to finish a model, so I'd have to go to the local store, I'd have to buy more, and it got to be a headache. Especially now that I'm not really sure I have a friendly local gaming store around here, which is a bit of a shame. So, I broke down and I bought the Privateer Press paint set deal from the WarStore. It's all the Privateer Press paints for, I believe it was $230 or $213. I thought that was a pretty good deal, because I looked at like Army Painters paint set, which was all of their paints, and it was like $300 and some dollars. And Reaper's paints, their entire paints, it was like $500. So, mind blown at the price of paints for painting our little toy men. However, another reason I decided to pick Privateer Press paints is here. I will show you a paint pot. It's not a dropper bottle. I personally can't stand dropper bottles. Now, saying that, the inks are dropper bottles. Only the inks. And I guess I kind of understand that, because you're supposed to mix your ink with water to dilute it a little bit to make it run into the cracks and crevices of minis a bit better. So, I'm okay with that. And it just means I have to have a little paint palette handy to do that. And normally I do anyway, in case I want to mix paints or anything like that. Now, like I said, it's I think 72. It might be 75 paints. It's a lot of paints. That was a big Ziploc bag. A big Ziploc bag of paints. That brings me to my one gripe. It comes in a Ziploc bag. I think for the price, it could have been in a box. That's it. That's the only thing. It could have been in some kind of a box. Outside of that, pretty happy with it. Pretty excited. You get a lot of colors. I guess I can talk a little bit about the different colors. I have them all set out on the table here in front of me, because I am going to be transferring them to a box. Now, first, I guess I'll talk about the dreaded dropper bottles, which are the inks. You get 8. You get 8 inks, and you get, it's your standard. It's your flesh ink, your green ink, blue ink, red ink, brown ink. Here's your red ink, red ink, blue ink, flesh wash, turquoise ink, armor wash. So basically you have ink and wash for anything you want to do with your miniatures. I think that's pretty cool. I generally like, minus their dropper bottles. I like it. The only thing that, it's such a small... Hello, Fridge. Thanks for chiming in. Anyway, it's such a small little thing to tell you what color it is that if you get paint on the bottle, it might get to be kind of annoying, but I don't really see it being that big of an issue. I guess I'll go into blues next, because that just happens to be the kind of order I have them on the table. You get 7 different shades of blue. They're mostly like Signar blue, and things of that nature. Like I said, you get 7 different shades. If you can't be happy with 7 different shades of blue, I don't know what to tell you. I'm pretty happy with 7 shades of blue. I'm not going to go over the name of each of the paints, because I think that would be a little tedious, and nobody wants to hear that. Now, metallics are next. You get 9 of these, which, you know, again, if I can pick them up, you get 9 different shades of metallic goodness. That's spoiled for choice in my little Merc land. I've never had that many different metal colors all at once. Like I said, normally I would go out and I would buy like bolt gun metal because I had Marines to paint and I had bolters to paint. And then if I wanted to do something bronze or gold, be, oh shit, I don't have bronze and I don't have gold. So now I gotta go to the gaming store and I gotta buy another pot of paint. By that time, I might have forgot why I wanted it. That's just me. Next is greens. You get 2, 4, you get 8. 8 shades of green. Now I know some of you are going, well, those don't look like green. You're right, they don't, but the bottle says it's green. Like Thornwood green. Special Privateer Press kind of green. So it's 8 different kinds, and they are greens. They are different varieties of green. Yellows, you get 4 different colors of yellow. I'm actually kind of really just want to get this on a model. It's called Heartfire, and it just looks like a very bright and vibrant yellow. Maybe I'll get it on like some of my Menoth guys or my Nomads. Maybe it'll be like, ooh, that'd be a good hair color, maybe. But yeah, so you get 4 different kinds of yellow, which I guess that's not a huge variety, but it's yellow, and you can only go so light or so dark with yellow before it becomes not yellow. So I'm happy with that. When it comes to white, there's 4 different shades. Now, I guess like some of these aren't technically white. Like this is jack bone, but it's bone color, which to me is an offshoot of white. So I'm putting it in with the whites. You get 4. You get 4 different whites. And again, kind of like with the yellows, it might not seem like a huge variety, but they're white. And you can only do so much with white before it's not white anymore. Next, you have kind of there's like 5 oddball colors that I really couldn't quantify, couldn't put in with another group. And that's because they're just kind of their own thing. You have your carnal pink. So yep, you get pink, which, you know, Legion War Beasts. Legion has pink guys. You get Ember Orange, which is kind of a more subdued looking orange. Probably mix that with some Heartfire and get some nice bright orange. I'm really into that Heartfire color, and I don't know why. You get Beaten Purple. Kind of sounds like a metal song. Beaten Purple. But yeah, you get that. And then these are Trollblood Flesh, Trollblood Base, and Trollblood Highlight, which are very specific to Privateer Press's Trollblood faction. So I guess this is kind of greenish, and this is kind of gray, but they're sort of their own thing as well. Now after that, you get reds, which 6 different reds, and I guess maybe that's a orangey in there, but that technically calls itself the Cawdor Red Highlight. So it might look orange, but it's supposed to be red. Now you get 6 of those. Personally, to me, 6 is a good variety of red. You get dark, light, and everything in between. After that, you get your flesh colors, which you have 5 of. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully I can count. No, 6. My bad. 6. I can't count. But I'm in college. Yay, education system. But yeah, you get 6 different colors. Again, pretty excited about that. I've always had a hard time painting flesh. Never really enjoyed it. But that was because I had like 1 flesh color. And it didn't work, and it always just seemed so bright and fake. But now, with 6 different kinds, I can mix and match and kind of try to get the tone exactly that I want. Next up, we have our browns / tans, which you get eight different kinds. You get really dark browns. You get some lighter browns. There's khaki. There's leather. Again, it's pretty good selection. I think 8 different kinds of browns. Sorry that I'm kind of all over the frame, but reach and pick up paints to show you guys. And last is your blacks and your grays, which there's sort of 4 blacks, 3 grays. I kind of just grouped these together because they're your darker colors. You can see them there. Pretty good selection of blacks and grays. I'm kind of interested to see the different variations between the blacks and the different grays. But yeah, all in all, that is your paint set. That is, if you go to WarStore.com and you go to the Privateer P3 paints, and you go to WarStore Deals. I can't talk today, but you go to WarStore Deals, you'll find Neil offers the Privateer Press P3 paint set, which is all the paints from the line for, I think it was $213. Might have been more. Might have been $230. But overall, I haven't used any of these yet. I haven't gotten a chance to crack them open because it's getting to be crunch time here at college. Finals are coming up at the end of the semester, so I'm probably not going to get a chance to paint like I had hoped. I really wanted to get some paint on those Aleph models from Infinity, but it's just probably not going to happen for a little while. But without getting the paints on models, one of the reasons I decided to go with Privateer Press paints is A, it was the cheapest option, but B, another guy in my gaming group who paints a lot told me that P3 paints are nice because they're not made with a dust pigment, they're made with a liquid pigment, so it'll keep them from drying out and getting gross like some of the other paints that I've had before did. And also, like I said, I mean, they're paint pots. I like paint pots. I don't like dropper bottles. I don't like dropper bottles at all. So that's kind of what you get in the bag of paints from the WarStore. Kind of, I hope you could sort of make out the different colors. Pause the video, you could look at all the different ones. Like I said, I don't really want to go into name the paint, because sitting here listening to me list off a long line of what paint this is would get really boring and tedious. But hopefully, if you're looking for a paint set, you do get a lot of paints, I think, for what you're paying. Like I said, compared to some of the other paint sets out there, it's pretty cheap. And it's nice. It's a lot of paints. So, overall, I would give the Privateer Press paint set deal from the WarStore a thumbs up. And, if you need a set of paints to put paint on your little toy soldiers or hobby pieces, whichever you prefer, check it out. That's it for me this time on What's in the Box, which was What's in the Bag. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please like or subscribe. Leave us a comment. It can be positive or negative. If you have something you didn't like, if you did want me to sit here and read off a list of what the paints were, let me know. But I'm going to go. It's time to drive back to campus and leave the office behind for my stuffy dorm room. So that's it. Glad you guys watched. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.